Hello students, welcome to BioSmart Academy. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic that is basically related to coronavirus testing. Okay, that is related to coronavirus testing. Okay, coronavirus testing. So, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss in brief about how the coronavirus testing has been done. Okay, how this testing has been done. So, basically, we are going to discuss in details about the coronavirus testing. Okay, so in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the RT-PCR test. Okay, RT-PCR test, and through this test, we all know that coronavirus testing has been done. Okay, so I basically discuss the procedure that how this coronavirus testing is basically done through this RT-PCR test. Okay, so before I start this lecture, I just want to recommend you that please subscribe BioSmart Academy YouTube channel, as this YouTube channel provides you free online lectures strictly on the basis of CSI NET syllabus. And if you subscribe this channel, then if and watch all the lectures that was basically uploaded on BioSmart Academy, then you will be in a position to face any of this exam. Okay, and please share this channel, please share BioSmart Academy YouTube channel. Okay, because we need more and more sharing, we need more and more reach to all those students who are basically prepared for all this examination. Okay, so let's start today's lecture, that is RT-PCR test. Okay, so yes, RT-PCR test. Okay, so what we are going to discuss today's lecture, that is RT-PCR test. Okay, RT-PCR testing. Okay, see, RT-PCR test. Okay, what do you mean by RT-PCR testing? First, we should know this. Okay, so here RT means reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. Clear? And here PCR means polymerase chain reaction. Okay, polymerase chain reaction. Okay, so here RT means reverse transcriptase and PCR means polymerase chain reaction. Okay, clear? So by this use of this reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, we can identify a particular person, that whether that person is coronavirus positive or coronavirus negative. Okay, but the question arises here that how can we identify this person with the help of this test, and how this test basically has been done. Okay, what is the procedure of this testing, RT-PCR testing. Okay, so in today's lecture we were going to discuss all these things. Okay, so let's start. See, first of all, we should know that we all know that before testing we have to collect the sample. Okay, before experiment we have to first collect the sample. Okay, so here testing is just like an experiment where we need a sample. Okay, where we need a sample. Okay, and from where we collect the sample, we basically collect this sample from a particular person who is basically a suspect. Suspect means this particular person basically shows the symptoms. Basically the suspect basically shows the symptoms of the COVID-19. So the symptoms of this COVID-19. Okay, COVID-19. Okay, so first we have to collect this sample. Okay, and where we find out the sample, we have to collect the sample from that suspected person who basically shows the symptoms of COVID-19. Okay, so from this way we can collect the sample. Okay, now, so first we have to find out a suspect who basically shows the symptoms of COVID-19, and from this suspect we collect the sample. Okay, so another question is there, that how the sample was collected, that what is the procedure of sample collecting. Okay, so let's discuss the procedure of sample collecting. Okay, clear? Let's discuss the procedure of sample collecting. Okay, so sample is basically collected through nasopharyngeal through nasopharyngeal, okay, through nasopharyngeal or oral pharyngeal or oral pharyngeal, okay. So basically the sample is collected from a particular suspect through their nasopharyngeal or oral pharyngeal, okay, by the use of, in case of nasopharyngeal we use basically nasopharyngeal swab, while in case of oral pharyngeal we basically used oral pharyngeal swab. Clear? So basically we collect the sample by the use of nasopharyngeal swab, in case where we basically collect this sample from nasopharyngeal, and if we collect this sample from oral pharyngeal, then we have to use oral pharyngeal swab, okay. And if we collect this sample from nasopharyngeal, then we should use the nasopharyngeal swab, okay. So in this way, by using this nasopharyngeal swab and by using this oral pharyngeal swab, we basically collect this sample, okay. Okay, now after sample collection, what we have to done, see, after sample collection we have to basically analyze that sample, okay. Suppose this is a sample, okay, this is a sample, and inside this sample there are lots of things, okay, lots of bacteria are there, or lots of bacteria. This black are represent basically, sorry, extremely sorry, inside this sample there are lots of viral particles, okay, there are lots of viral particles, okay, there are lots of viral particles is present inside this sample, okay. And we know that what is the genome of this viral particle, that is what is the genome of COVID-19. The genome of COVID-19 is positive single stranded RNA, okay. So this is the genome of the COVID-19, that is positive single stranded RNA, okay. So first we collect the sample, okay, either through nasopharyngeal swab, if we collect the sample from nasopharyngeal, or through oral pharyngeal swab if we collect the sample for oral pharyngeal. Clear? And after collection of the sample, okay, we find out this liquid droplet, and we know that inside the droplets the viral particle basically present, and the genome of that viral particle is single stranded RNA, positive single stranded RNA, okay. Here what do you mean by positive? Why it is positive? Positive means this particular viral particle, this particular RNA virus can do the transcription by its own, okay, sorry, can do the translation, that is it can make its own copies of protein, okay. As well as we know that RNA basically single stranded, okay, this is RNA. So as this viral is positive or plus single stranded RNA, so it can make more and more RNA copies, like this, and this RNA copies is made by this virus by its own, okay. So this is basically the mechanism, okay. That's why this viral particle is basically positive single stranded RNA, okay. And another important thing that I want to mention here is that it can mutate itself, okay, okay. So that's why it's very, very dangerous, okay, because it can, first of all, it can translate itself, itself genetic materials, okay. Second point is that it can make more and more of its RNA copies, okay. And third point is that it can mutate itself, okay. So all these 3 points togetherly if we combine, then we can say that this virus is basically positive single stranded RNA virus. Clear? I think that till now you have got a clear idea, okay. Now after collection of sample and after knowing that this sample is contain this positive single stranded viral, basically this sample contains some basically virus, okay, and the genome is like this, positive single stranded RNA, but we can't say till now that whether this person is positive or negative, okay. For this we have to do this reverse transcriptase PCR, okay. See, now another important thing that I want to mention here is that now for the reverse transcription process, okay, for the reverse transcription PCR process, you have to remember one thing is that we all know that PCR is a technique, okay, PCR is a technique which basically what is do, basically it amplify DNA, okay, but it basically is amplified DNA, it amplified DNA, okay, it can amplify a very minute sample of DNA into millions of its copies, okay. So this is a technique of PCR, okay. So we have to put DNA, okay, but this viral particle content is genome is RNA genome, okay. So we have to convert this RNA into DNA, okay. We all know that in normal process DNA basically converted into RNA, we all know that, okay. And we also know that the conversion of this process is known as transcription, the conversion of this process is known as transcription, okay, transcription, okay, we all know that. So basically normal DNA is basically converted into RNA by the process of transcription, okay, by the process of transcription. But in this case the RNA have to convert it into DNA, that is reverse. So as this process is reverse, so we also use the technique also reverse. So here the technique will be reverse transcription, okay, reverse transcription, okay, reverse transcription, okay, reverse transcription, okay, simple. And the enzyme that is used for this process is reverse transcriptase, okay. What that enzyme is basically used? Reverse transcriptase, okay, transcriptase, okay, that is reverse transcriptase, okay. So in this case we have to convert RNA into DNA. So for converting RNA into DNA we use reverse transcription process, and the enzyme that basically used is reverse transcriptase. Clear? So till now you have got a clear idea, okay. Now next, now for anything we should know the sequence, okay, we should know the sequence. And basically this sequence, we should know this sequence, okay. And what sequence we should know? We should know the sequence of RNA, okay, we should know the sequence of RNA, okay. Okay, let's see. We should so before this process we should know the sequence of this RNA, okay. This is the RNA, okay, and we should know the sequence of this RNA, we should know this sequence, okay. And this sequence of this RNA was provided by China. The sequence of RNA was already provided by China, okay. That is here what do you mean by sequence? Sequence means the whole genome, of this single stranded RNA, okay. And this whole genome was already provided by China, okay. China provide this sequence of this whole RNA, provide the sequence of whole RNA to WHO, okay, already provided, okay. And through this sequence, through this whole genome, we can easily find out whether a person is positive or negative, okay. And how can we find out? By the use of different RT-PCR kit, okay, by the use of different RT-PCR kit, okay, by the use of different RT-PCR kit, okay, by the use of different RT-PCR kit. And this RT-PCR kit is basically developed by different companies, okay, in different countries, okay. For example, USA have different RT-PCR kit, UK have different, as well as India have different RT-PCR kit. Clear? Next, so in this case we know the sequence, okay. Here we know the sequence, okay. Basically see, basically here we know the sequence, okay, so basically in this sequence of this RNA, okay, in this sequence of the RNA there are basically some gene, for example N gene, E gene, there are some genes basically present, okay. And the simple thing is that if these genes are basically not present in our body, okay, and if these genes are basically present in a particular individual's body, it means the individual is corona positive. Simple. So basically these genes are basically present in this sequence, okay. ORF1, ORF2, all these genes are basically in this sequence. And when we use a probe, then with the help of the probe, if this sequence is present and when amplification is done, then if a color light is emit, then we can find out that particular person have these genes in his body and he is basically corona positive. Okay, so let's see. So first we convert this single stranded RNA. Okay, first we convert, this is a single stranded RNA. Okay, simple, this is a single stranded RNA. Okay, single stranded RNA, and we convert this single stranded RNA into complementary DNA. Okay, what is complementary DNA? This is the complementary DNA. Okay, this is a complementary DNA. Okay, that is RNA DNA hybrid. Okay, that is RNA DNA hybrid. Clear? RNA DNA hybrid. Okay, so by the use of this a single stranded RNA, we made a complementary hybrid DNA. Okay, we made a complementary, basically hybrid of RNA DNA. Okay, hybrid of this RNA DNA. Okay, and this process was basically done by reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. Clear? So from this RNA, by the use of the process reverse transcription, a complementary DNA is occur, that is hybrid of RNA DNA. Okay, as this complementary DNA contain hybrid of RNA and DNA, so we have to denature this. Okay, because we want only DNA for PCR amplification. Okay, so basically let's see, basically we denature this. Okay, we denature this, and after denaturing we get this DNA. Okay, we get this DNA. Here is this DNA, we get this DNA, and by using this DNA as a template, okay, let's just like a Xerox machine. Okay, by using this DNA as a template, we get another DNA. Okay, we get another strand of DNA. By using this DNA as a template. Okay, by using this DNA as a template, we get another strand of DNA. Here, this is the, we get another strand of DNA. Clear? We get another strand of DNA by using this DNA as a template. Okay, and for this some primers are required. Okay, so for this some primers are required, as sorry for this for this primer is required. Okay, so for this process primer is required. Okay, primer is required, as well as polymerase enzyme is required. Okay, as well as polymerase enzyme is required. Okay, so from RNA, we get a hybrid RNA DNA strand, that is complementary, by the use of reverse transcription process. And after denaturing this hybrid strand, that is RNA DNA, by using this DNA as a template, we synthesize another DNA with the help of primers as well as polymerase enzyme. Okay, clear till now? Now after this DNA strand is synthesized, okay, after this complementary double stranded DNA strand is synthesized. Okay, now what we have to do? Okay, now what we have to do, let's look. Now after this DNA strand is synthesized complementary, we have to put a probe. Okay, we have to put a probe on it. Okay, we have to put a probe on it. Okay, probe on it, we have to put a probe on it. Okay, we have to put a probe. See, so this is a double stranded complementary DNA. Okay, this is a double stranded complementary DNA. Clear? This is a double stranded complementary DNA. Clear? Okay, this is a double stranded complementary DNA. Okay, so when we get this double stranded complementary DNA, when we get this double stranded complementary DNA, so in this DNA we basically use a probe. This is a probe, we basically use this probe. Okay, and this probe, okay, this probe is basically help, this probe is basically help in emitting the light. Okay, so when when we put this sequence and it copies, it become we need to make multiple copies of this sequence. So this probe is basically provide a graph. Okay, and by the help of this probe we get a graph, and if the graph is like this, if the peak of the graph is like this, it means what? It means it means multiple copies of this sequence has been amplified, multiple copies of this RNA sequence have been amplified. Okay, this is fluorescence. If we get the fluorescence like this, according to time, T is for time and FLU is for fluorescence, and if we get this light like this, it means what? It means we get the multiple copies of this strand, and it means the particular person is basically affected from corona positive. Okay, now if we get the graph like this, okay, now if we get the graph like this, static, now if we get the graph like this, that is static graph, then it means no fluorescence, basically no amplification has been done, okay, by this PCR machine. As the amplification, why not amplification occur? Because that sequence is not present, because we target that particular sequence and we want the amplification of that particular sequence. So if that sequence is not present, no amplification will be occur, and as a result we find out that that person is basically corona negative. So in this way, a particular person either corona positive or negative can be easily identified by the use of this probe. And this technique is basically at least 24 hours, okay, 24 hours to take, and it basically gives you an accurate result. And this technique is basically a sensitive technique, and this technique give you an accurate result. This is the basically RT-PCR technique through which you can identify whether a person is affected from corona positive or corona negative. Okay, so this is the whole technique. So that's all for today's video. If you like my video, then please hit the like button, please subscribe and share Biosmart Academy YouTube channel. Okay, in tomorrow's video we will going to start another basically lesson of cell biology, or you can say topic of cell biology, and I upload video tomorrow. Okay, so till then, thank you.